Hey, sports fans, this is Larry Eater. Each day during the World Championships, we'll provide a preview for you of the 2025 Tokyo World Outdoor Athletics Championships from the National Stadium. We're doing these previews from Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin, and Indianapolis, Indiana, on September 7th, just before the Worlds. I leave on September 9th. This will be my 15th World Championships, and I'm being supported and sponsored by Nike Running. Special thanks to our friends Brett Holtz in sports marketing and Tony Bignell in innovation in Nike Running. I've worked with Nike since 1985. I'm really happy with the new shoes they've got coming out, the Vomero 18, the Vomero Plus. The Pegasus Plus is a perfect running shoe for high schoolers, and I really encourage you to check them out at NikeRunning.com. But please, 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 when you look at Nike running shoes and other running products, go to your local running store. Support the important part of our culture, Nike retail running stores and the specialty running um, channel. It's very, very important. This is on RunBlogRun at runblogrun.com. This will be my 15th World Championships. And again, thanks to our friends at Nike for getting me to Japan. Talk to you soon. Hey, sports fans, Larry Eater here. This is Conversations with Larry. This is the preview of the 2025 Tokyo World Outdoor Athletics Championships for day 6, which is the 18th of September. And let's see, it's Monday, Tuesday. This is a Thursday. It's going to be about 90 degrees for a high every day in Tokyo. There's probably not going to be any rain. It's going to be 75 for a low. It's going to be 100% humidity. It's like how Larry loves it during the World Championships. I will be soaked when I get into the stadium, and it'll drop from 90 to about 80, and I'll just go, where's my Asahi beer and 32 ounces of water? Because, beer can be medicinal too. That's what I tell myself. Anyway, my friend Jeff Shaver will be hanging out, and our buddy Doug Stedman's going to be there too. And they're two of the guys that I coached from 1990 to 96 at Foothill College. They are two of my favorite human beings, and I'm looking forward to. Shaver and I were together in Beijing in 2008, and I snuck him into the stadium for 8 straight nights, and he was my assistant. And the Chinese military guys who were the guards, they just thought, I was some big dude, and I was. I was about 10 pounds more than I am now, and so apparently I could be formidable. So, who knew? I just knew how to bullshit my way, right? As my mother said, apologize later, right? 7:05, day 6 begins, and that's with the women's 5,000 heats. 12 and a half laps of hot and humid running coming down to a last lap that is going to be ridiculously fast, like 60, 61, maybe a 58. And Beatrice Chebet, who's going to challenge her, right? I think there'll be a few. I think Gudaf Segay she feels she's on a mission from the Ethiopian distance gods to pick up a medal. I think Shelby Houlihan from the U.S., Josette Andrews, would like to do it. I'd like to see a couple of Americans in the top 10. I'd like to see at least one in the top 6. We will have to see. They'll have to get through the heats, kids. And it's going to be, and while you're watching Peacock, and I'll be sharing this with you, the roar from the National Stadium, there's going to be at least, I think the stadium sits 81,000, and I know 50,000 tickets a day have been sold so far per um, Lord Sebco. I've got an interview coming up with Seb. I'll be writing that up in the next day or two. That the 5,000 meters, that's 7:05. At 7:15, I kind of, yeah, okay, is the women's high jump qualifying. Um, Nikola Olislagers, I think it's her event to win or lose. Yaroslav Mahuchik, who has been such a star at the Diamond League final, Olislagers was 2:04. Mahuchik was 2:02. Morgan Lake was 2 meters, and Ukrainian number 2, and I'm missing her name, was also over 2 meters. It was a splendiferous performance, and I expect to see some big things. I'd like to see Vashti Cunningham at 2 meters. I think Vashti could do 2 or 202, and that could she could be in the medal hunt. So that's going to be interesting. At 7:23, the men's javelin throw, Julian Weber. Who's going to challenge him? Who is going to challenge him? Is Neeraj Chopra? I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be very, very interesting to see. Um, that's at 7:23. Followed up at 7:55 with the women's 800-meter heats. The UK has a 1-2 punch with Keely Hodgkinson and Georgia Hunter Bell. The US has Roycin Willis. I'm going to tell you right now, Roycin is a spoiler. Is a spoiler. This young woman, well, she's from Wisconsin, of course, is at Stanford, and she won the NCAA and the U.S. champs this year, kids. And the way she won the U.S. champs was just incredible. The composure she held over the last 50 meters. The final of the women's 800 in Tokyo will be insane. If you can't keep your shit together, the game's all over. Keely Hodgson has raced twice. Her 154.74 Brillianto, then a 155. Georgia Hunter Bell just ran her PB behind Audrey Wero from Switzerland. Audrey is a wonderful talent. And I watched Audrey at the European Indoors. Stuart and I were there. Kathy and I were the lone American media, and which was a lot of fun. And we were offered housing in Germany, Poland, every country but Russia, right? So very interesting, and we'll talk about that at another time. But the women's 800 heats, 7:55. Royson Willis, do not discount Royson. I think she's on my pinball team. The women's triple jump final at 8:55. That's going to be interesting. Jasmine Moore. What can Jasmine do? It's going to be a very, very interesting competition. Can she be in the medal hunt? She's done it in the Olympics, in the long jump and the triple. The 200-meter semifinals, men at 9:02. Noah Lyles, how's he doing? Kenny Bednarek, how's he doing? It's going to be there will be some attrition. There will be some surprises, and you're just going to have to watch. At 9:24, the women's semifinals of the 200 meters. That's going to be an interesting one. Melissa Jefferson Wooden, Julian Alfred, Brittany Brown. How are they faring? Daryl Nata, Dina Asher Smith, Amy Hunt. How are they all doing? That's going to be quite interesting. The next event is the men's 800 meters semifinals at 9:45. Emmanuel Wanyoni. What's he going to have to do to make to the final? Marco Rupp. What's he going to have to do? Donovan Brazier. What's he going to have to do? Cooper Lukenhouse. I think Cooper can make the final. Bryce Hoppel. If he's all there, he's going to do it. Ben Pattison. Not Ben, Max Bergen. Going to be very interesting. And there's going to be a ton of surprises. So the men's semifinal, the 800s, is at 9:45. The final two events of the night are one lap around the track at 10:10. The men's 400-meter hurdles. Jackery Patterson is a former UPS driver, and Jackery has run 43.85 this year. He has a Nike contract, and my suspicion is he's getting paid quicker on that than he is from Grand Slam track. See, I've only done a couple digs. And my frustration with Grand Slam track is that there's a wonderful article in the Wall Street Journal that puts it all together. I'm not sure Michael should have gone past meet one, but I understand the pressure of trying to deliver on something of a dream. So that it's a complicated story, but the athletes need to get paid. Um, and but how do you do it when you don't have any money, right? And that's part of this challenge. And yes, I've been there. So the 400 meters men's final, Jackery Patterson, Matthew Hudson Smith, Charlie Dobson, um, Vernon Norwood, Wade Vanderker. Which version of Wade are we going to see? I don't know. I don't know. I hope he's healthy, but I suspect that the 2016 version is different from the 2025 version. And then finally, one of the events again, the men's 400 is going to be splendiferous. But if the men's 400 finals is splendiferous, the women's 400 finals is going to be fantastico. Okay, Marlies Paulino, Syed El Nasir, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone. Now, a lot of American fans, a lot of the folks who'll be watching Peacock NBC are going to watch it knowing Sydney does the 400 hurdles. They're going to be shocked not to see hurdles on the race if they, you know, tune in between a football game or something, right? Um, or a baseball game. Um, she is going to have her hands full. Now, could she win the whole thing? I think, of course, she could. She is the talent of a century. She is that good. Sydney, for my liking, does not race a lot, but she did keep prop Grand Slam up with the 100 hurdles and the 400 hurdles. She got a PB at the 100 flat. She ran a great 200 and a 400. So she's got the wheels. How fast can she go? I think she can go 48 seconds. I think she can go 48 seconds. I think she can take down Sonia Richards-Ross record from 2006 in Athens at the World Cup, I believe it was. And I'm pretty sure I was at the World Cup. I've just got to double check and see if that's where she set the record in Athens. It's going to be a race for one of the races of the ages. I mean, this is going to be incredible. Here is three incredibly talented 400-meter runners who um, race differently. Uh, Sydney is um, Sydney is coached by Bobby Kersey, and it gives her a bit of an advantage. Marlenis Paulino is an incredible talent, and I think she can win the whole thing. Syed El Nasir is, she's won before. She won the 2019 World Champs, which I was incredulous about. I still have suspicions about El Nasir, but that's my issues and my prejudice, and I'm going to leave it at that. But the day 6 will end, that's September 18th, will end with the men and women's 400-meter finals. What a spectacular way to end the evening. This is Conversations with Larry. This is the preview for day 6, September 18th, which is a Thursday, at the Tokyo National Stadium. And Conversations with Larry previews are sponsored by our friends at Nike Running.